Dark Shadow, we're running out of ideas. We need to crap out a movie to keep our business alive. I think the only thing we'll need to do is crap out an Alpha and Omega sequel. But what about making a good movie? You remember good movies like Inside Out and Spirited Away? They had to be good films to make money. We should build ourselves as a company by making good movies. It's a risk, but has a great reward. So greenlight my new idea. But Ugly Martian's a movie. I was considering making this a my opinion on video, but then got the idea to call it Why Straight to DVD Movies Suck, because these movies really do suck. But instead of being boring and just reviewing every Alpha and Omega sequel, I decided I'd talk about more how movies are decided to be straight to DVD, what movies should have been straight to DVD, and what movies are straight to DVD. But before we dive in, I have one thing to say. And it's one thing that will very likely affect my view on straight-to-DVD films. And that's the fact that I'm an animation person. I do watch films from MCU and Star Wars movies, but those are all well-made and semi-competent movies. So if there's a live-action movie, you're confident should have gotten a straight-to-DVD release, then please tell me in the comments. So without further ado, let's find out why straight-to-DVD films suck. So when you make a movie, you start by pitching the idea to a bunch of normie executives. They then decide what is good enough to get a theatrical release. You'll show the executives what you have, and if it looks professional enough, looks like it'll make money, or your movie's getting released in January, it'll get a theatrical release. But, meaning it'll be on theaters until it's on DVD. But if your movie's not passable looking, or will very likely not make money, theaters won't want you. And you'll just be sent straight to the DVD where advertising will be low, and not as many people will get the chance to see or know about it. For this section, I'm going to talk about The Nut Job and Norm of the North. I also know that strange magic exists, but I haven't seen it, so it's not worth talking about. First off, The Nut Job. This movie is the definition of mediocre. It's kind of... and I kind of said why it got a theatrical release, but I'm gonna say it anyways. The animation. This movie does not look awful visually. It's just the writing that kills the film for me. Well, anyways, I'm just indifferent on the movie. The sequel is better than its predecessor, but when you look at the rating on Rotten Tomatoes, it didn't have much to improve on. Looking at you, V11. So I'm going to answer the question, should The Nut Job be a straight-to-DVD film? No. This may be an unpopular opinion, but unlike another movie, I'd show this to my kids once at most. Well, with The Nut Job out of the way, I can now go on an hour-long tangent about why I hate Norm of the North. Why the hell did this pile of crap get a theatrical release? The animation looks like it's a straight-to-DVD Christian film. There are tons of holes in the world this movie created. Like, why the hell are they building houses in the Arctic? The characters are barely developed, like Norm's brother, only appearing in one scene. And finally, what I hate most about this god-awful movie is the lemmings. No, you do not make a clone of the Minions. It's a terrible idea. But what pisses me off the most is that Norm of the North, a movie with all these problems I just mentioned, was in over 1,000 theaters, while a Ghibli film released around the same time was in about 50. That's like having a movie where Patrick Stewart is playing a piece of crap in 1 million theaters. Wait, that actually exists? Yes, I'm not going to talk about the Emoji Movie in this video, since the Emoji Movie has some form of quality. And I actually agree with the IMDb rating more than the Rotten Tomatoes rating. Okay, I have nothing else to say. Since we've gotten to talk about straight-to-DVD films themselves, we now get to talk about these crappy movies. Now, I know I've been hyping up this one franchise, but first we have to talk about the straight-to-DVD Disney sequels, being Mulan 2 and Beauty and the Beast 2. First off, Mulan 2. Like I said, this is the only Disney sequel I remember. And while it does suck, it still has a fraction of quality to it, like the other one. And so we may find a straight-to-DVD film that is half decent. Wrong. Okay, let's start with the positives. This film does have an okay plot of Mulan sending 3 princesses to get true love, but the plot is the only good thing about it, and everything else is either mediocre or god-awful, especially the subplot between Mulan and her love interest, which is painful to watch. But what if that terrible plot of a couple, well, not really being in love was an entire movie? Well, I regret asking that question. Beauty and the Beast 2 to many people feels like a betrayal to the original. The reason why is that Mickey Mouse wanted to make a TV show for the Beauty and the Beast. But it was so bad it couldn't even be on television. So good old Mickey couldn't give up his dollar bill, so he released this unfinished mess as a straight-to-DVD sequel. And while it did financially okay, people hated it. And I suggest you look at a review to find out why. Okay, I'm gonna stop beating around the bush here. I have to talk about Alpha and Omega when mentioning straight-to-DVD films. Actually, like the first 3 movies? Sure, there was a drop of quality after the first one, but they were movies I'd recommend to a mom trying to shut their kids up from making fart noises. But when I looked it up, there are 8 of these movies. How in the frickin' hell will you be able to make original stories for 8 movies? I thought Ice Age was bad with its sequels, but this is Ice Age on crack. Okay, instead of giving a serious look at the franchise, I just want to come up with some ideas for Alpha and Omega sequels. First off, we have Alpha and Omega 420, where our heroes use the power of pot to get a happy ending, or Alpha and Omega 666, where we go to hell for smoking pot. Don't get me started on Alpha and Omega Demonetized, because, well, I don't want to get demonetized. So that's why straight-to-DVD films suck, and that's why we need to make a good movie. So, are you with me, Dark Shadow? Yes, after watching you spew out meaningless arguments, I now think your idea will be great both critically and financially. So let's press a button to make 8 Crazy Nights 2! No! Well, maybe disappointing that Butt Ugly Martians, the movie, was cancelled for a crappy sequel of a crappy movie. I hope I informed you about these types of films you may not have known or considered. Now, of course, before this video is over, I have to answer a question. Do straight-to-DVD films suck? Well, what are you, a fat white male? Oh, wait. For next Friday, I'm going to take it easy and do a double upload since my upload schedules have been crap lately. Anyways, those 2 videos will be why Sonic 06 failed and if YouTubers had quirks in My Hero Academia. And for the week of Christmas, I'll be releasing a bigger project I've been waiting to do for a while. So my name is Retro Nintendo. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.